actualization of communication. And in my mind, actualization of communication is being an equanimous communicator. Being a communicator who is calm, who is reflective, and who is not frazzled regardless of the message, regardless of the situation, regardless of what else plays in that communication. As I've thought about it and tried to understand, how do I get to equanimity in communication? I've realized there are a couple of things that we have to do over time. And the first thing is we need to be able to reflect and communicate rather than react. Most of our communication is very reactive. We listen and react to the message. You see something you don't like, you react to that emotion that you have. We have preconceived notions, we have biases, we have forethoughts and we have afterthoughts to things. Being an actualized communicator means that you get a message, you like it, you don't like it, you feel anger or you feel any form of emotion. You take a minute, you reflect, you internalize, then you communicate, which means it's not a reactionary communication, it is reflective. If it is reflective, it means then you're also moving to that second step of trying to be an actualized communicator. It means that you're going to be thoughtful about how your communication makes other people feel and how it is perceived by others. So, working from one step to the next, the first step is you're being thoughtful in your communication. You're being reflective and not reactive in your communication. Your second step is you're thoughtful. You truly take the time to think about the message that you're trying to give or that you're trying to pass and how it is affecting other people. It doesn't matter, is it a smile? Is it a frown? Is it an eye roll? What is it that you're projecting and how is it being perceived and how is it being interpreted and what is it doing to that other person? Being able to do this means that you're taking yourself completely out of the equation. You're taking your emotions out of the equation. You are trying to look at this as objectively as you can. That is a lot of ask for human beings because we are naturally very reactive. You see something you don't like, you react to it. You see something you don't agree with, you react to it. You see something that doesn't make you happy, it kind of messes your whole day. You have an interaction with a driver in the morning and somehow the path for your day has been defined. What if we take time and reflect? Rather than internalize all these messages that are coming our way, take time to reflect, take time to understand. What is this message? What effect do I want it to have on me? And how do I move from this message to projecting something that is meaningful to the people that you're interacting with? And the last piece that I would work on to be able to get to equanimity in communication is listening and communicating without arguing. We can debate, we can disagree on our opinions, but let us not argue about it. This is really difficult when we're passionate about something. Because when we're passionate about something 90% of the time, or rather 99.9% of the time, we are right. And because we are right, the other person is wrong. And they feel the same way because they have the exact same passion that is driving them in this communication. So, taking time to discuss, to communicate, to bring your point across. But even before doing all that, it is taking a step back and trying to understand this other person's point of view. What is their influence on that point, on that view? What has made them come to that conclusion? What is it that they are living through or going through that makes them have that opinion that they have? And in doing so, then we're able to probably walk in their shoes, understand why they are where they are, and we work together to be able to communicate more effectively. Now, being an equanimous communicator is not a state, like I said. I believe it is growth. It takes time. It takes effort. And if each day we try and work on these three things, bit by bit, I do believe at some point we will be that calm, composed, reflective communicator that we desire to